Oh, I just saw a Facebook post that had advertised this antique store that's right around the corner from the studio. I rarely ever go there. I know that they started carrying vinyl like within the past year. I checked it out one time, but there wasn't really anything for me. But this post just talked about how, like, and showed pictures how they have Nevermind and In Utero and like from Nirvana, and they had like some Melvins and stuff, which I don't care much about. But I was like, yo, what else do they have? Why someone would give it to them rather than like street legal, I don't know. I can't imagine they would have got money for it, much money for it at that place. But hey, I'm gonna go check it out and hopefully find some treasure that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long it's been there, but the post was made a couple hours ago, and let's see what's left. I don't suppose there's any chance those Nirvana vinyl are still here. Are they in here or? Oh, they're up there.
Yeah, so.
Well, I will return to this in a second.
Nevermind is still here. It's a rare nerve pressing.
I was like around the corner when I saw, like, I have a studio space, so
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm gonna go down there right now and see what else there is. But
Yeah.
okay. Wow. When did those come in?
Today.
Oh, just today. Okay.
He just brought them in.
Now I know to look up here too.
Yeah, he's got some more rare ones. Like I keep telling him, like, bring them in because people want that stuff too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would.
I should have just asked right from the start. I don't know why I do that. Are you looking for anything specific? No, I'm just browsing. I'm gonna just waste my time. Part of it is that I always think, like, I could find some magic here, though. I could find some treasure. I kind of got, like, halfway into it. I was, like, really not feeling the search anymore. But yeah, that's sick. They had one of them left, and it looked pretty sick. I didn't, like, open it, but $150 though? A little too rich for my blood. Okay, so here we are. Newfoundland Labrador Education and Early Childhood Development Teacher Certification. I'm not going to like leave this on here for you to read yourself. I mean, the link is there. You could always follow that if you want. I doubt any of you are going to follow up on this. But basically, minimum requirements for initial certification. This thing here says nothing about having a clear record. It has the requirements to apply. And number 3 here, the original copy of your completed confidential disclosure and criminal record check form is one of those things, right? I have to give them a criminal record check, which is fine. So here's that form. This form talks about everything being in there. It says a false declaration or omission may be grounds for the denial, suspension, or cancellation of a teaching certificate, which doesn't make like any sense. Like, I mean, a false declaration, so if I tell you that I don't have one and I do have one, I won't get a certificate. If I tell you if I do have one and I do have one, I won't get a certificate. But you don't say anywhere on here, oh, by the way, there's no point in applying if you actually have been charged with something. It doesn't say here you need a clear record. But here in that email, as part of the assessment process, a clear criminal record check is required in order to be certified as a teacher in Newfoundland and Labrador. This sentence, this is nowhere that I can find on the site, in the application, in the requirements, nothing. I'm going to phone them right now and see what happens because I think it's early enough, and yeah.
Teacher certification.
Hi, I just wanted to speak to someone about, I guess, details regarding teacher certification and requirements.
Okay, how can I help you?
I was looking for a place on the website where it talks about requirements, or on the application, or in any of the application process, where it asks for a clear criminal record check.
Where it asks for a clear criminal record check?
Well, where it says that you would not be considered unless you have a clear check. Because I see the requirement saying I need to provide a criminal record check,
Okay.
but I can't find anything saying, hey, don't even bother applying unless it's clear.
Well, you can apply, but it's based on what the criminal record check states.
That's not what I have in front of me right now. I have an email saying that as part of the assessment process, a clear criminal record check is required in order to be certified as a teacher in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Okay, who am I talking to? Okay, just hang on there now. I'll see if I can get the registrar on the line.
That'd be great, thank you. Hi.
Hello.
I'm not sure what information you already have or if I should start from scratch here.
You can go ahead and start from the beginning. It's always the best place to go.
Alright. I was just trying to find some information on the website or in the applications that I've already filled out and seen a couple times about where it is required, or maybe required is the wrong word, where it states specifically that an applicant needs to have a clear criminal record in order to be considered for a teaching certificate.
Okay. Yeah. So the regulations for certification in Newfoundland and Labrador fall under the Teacher Training Act. So the Teacher Training Act is legislation in which I'm bound by. And under that legislation, of course, there are regulations that are attached to it. One of the regulations attached to it, so the regulation 3 under initial certificate or license, 3B, the official transcripts or evidence required, the registrar may require of academic and professional qualifications of the applicant. The Teacher Certification Committee is the body that oversees certification here. They're the ones that kind of provide the registrar with direction. And I guess the direction that has been provided to previous registrars and registrar's office here is that a clean criminal record check is required.
Okay, so that is
as part of the assessment process. We require submission of criminal record check under regulations to ensure academic and professional suitability of applicants.
Yeah, so I mean, every province needs a criminal record check done in order to apply. But I'm specifically asking, where does it say for an applicant, hey, there's no point in applying if you don't have a clear record check? Because that is the email that I received when I was denied. To quote verbatim, it says, as part of the assessment process, a clear criminal record check is required in order to be certified as a teacher in Newfoundland and Labrador.
So am I speaking to Mr. Miguel Veredo, is that correct?
Alvarez, yes?
Yes, okay. So I'm the registrar, so I would have been the one to conduct the assessment. So the assessment was conducted, and part of the assessment process is the provision of a criminal record check. There's nowhere in our in documentation that says that because you apply and you provide a criminal record check that you're getting certified. That's
not my argument.
But that actually is your argument.
Well,
That's
no.
your exact argument.
It has nothing to do
I'm sorry,
with...
that is your exact argument. Your exact argument is, where does it say that specifically? It's part of the practice of this office to conduct an assessment on every application that comes in through. All applications are assessed individually.
Okay, so that's
So
the
with
way it
that
is with
being-
every other province, so that's what I expected. That is not my argument. My argument is that maybe it's just diction, but the way that this is worded says you need a clear criminal record. It doesn't say, oh, based on what we found in your criminal record on this case-to-case basis, we don't find it suitable. Because that I understand. But this says, as part of the assessment process, a clear criminal record check is required in order to be certified. It doesn't say, for me, it says for anybody. But that information isn't made aware anywhere that I can see, and that's what I'm asking. Maybe I didn't see something that I should have seen. I didn't look over the documents enough, because I wouldn't have applied Had I known that, obviously, I wouldn't have wasted hundreds of dollars on getting these standing certificates and applying and everything else, and transcripts, if it said that. Because I would have been like, oh, okay, that's cool, I'll just move on, and there we go. But I'm trying to find out, did I miss something? Because the way this is worded is, again, this is different for me. This is the fourth province and the only one where I haven't been certified, and it's not the fact that I wasn't certified, it's why I wasn't aware of this beforehand.
Well, because the application is assessed on an individual basis. So when application comes in through, and the general practice and policy in this office has been, as per the direction that's been provided to me and training that has been provided to me, is that a clear criminal record check is required.
But you don't feel like this information would be useful to an applicant? that like this is what I'm trying to find out. Either I missed something and that information was made available to me, and then I made
every application is assessed on its individual merits and its individual pieces. Okay, so whether or not that would be why I'm not certain as to, I would agree with the philosophy that that has to be put specifically on the website with respect to it. You aren't able to provide clear criminal records, and as such, your application was denied.
Okay, but I don't have the right to know that information up front. Like, I'm really confused. This just seems contradictory when you say everything is on a case-to-case basis except for that the instructions given to you were that a clear check needs to be
provided. A clear
provided.
Criminal record check is required a clear criminal record check will be necessary for you to provide to me in order for me to assess your application to move forward.
Yeah. Okay.
That is a decision that's been made here at the Registrar's office with respect to that.
Okay, so then I am understanding that correctly. So what's on the record is not considered whatsoever, and that's fine as long as that information would have been provided to me to begin with. Because then there'd be no reason for me to apply and say, hey, this is going to be considered on a case-to-case basis on what my record holds.
It is considered on a case-by-case basis. I conducted an assessment. I spoke to the director that's here, and we were unable to move forward with your application. Sir, you were unable to provide a clear criminal record check, and part of the assessment that I make is to determine suitability.
Yeah, so then...
The determination was made that as you were unable to provide a clear criminal record check, and the instances in which you were charged with a further disposition on, that we were not moved forward with the application.
Yes, so it doesn't matter what I was charged with or what I was convicted with, it just matters that there was something there, thus it being not...
Sir, there was an assessment made on your application and the information that was provided to you, and a determination was made that we wouldn't move forward with your application for certification.
Well, okay, I understand that you keep repeating the same line, but that doesn't help me trying to understand it. The only way it would move forward for consideration is if it was clear. You can't move forward, from my understanding from what you've said, you cannot move forward in even considering the application unless there's nothing on it to begin with. If there's nothing on the criminal record, if the criminal record is clear, if the personnel does not have a criminal record, then you can move forward and consider all the other factors, and then either...
Every application in space is assessed on a case-by-case basis.
Okay, so then it doesn't have anything to do with it not being clear. It has to do with what's...
With respect to the regulations in place under the Teacher Training Act, assessments are completed on each individual case. You were unable to provide a clear criminal record check. It was determined that your infractions that were not able to be provided a clear criminal record check. And so because of that, your application did not move forward. Your application was denied due to the charges and convictions that were on your file.
Okay. The fact that there were any, or the fact as to what they were. That's what I'm trying to figure out, because the language you keep using states, as in the email that you provided states, it was not a clear criminal record check.
It wasn't a clear criminal record check. You did not provide a clear criminal record check.
Exactly.
As part of the assessment process that's conducted in this office, I review your academic and as well other social checks, such as a criminal record check and a vulnerable sector check, to assess suitability for certification in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Yeah. I am understanding that it wasn't clear. I'm not arguing the fact that it was.
So basically, your issue here here is that it's not clearly stated on the website that, or on an application form, that each application is assessed individually, or that a clear criminal record check is required.
The latter.
Which one is your? That's the problem with it, is it?
It's the latter part. Yeah, it's the latter part, because that you can't have both of those things, where you say we take it on a case-to-case basis depending on what is on your record check, and then also say simultaneously, after everything has already been done and paid for and sent for and everything, that it's the fact that you have one is the problem. That's what I'm saying. Reviewing it on a case-to-case basis would mean that, I see you have this here, and we don't find that suitable. That's fine. I have no issue with that. I don't even have an issue with the fact that, you just don't have anyone with a criminal record check teaching there. That's fine. The fact that it wasn't...
I didn't say that, sir. Okay, so at this point in time, your application has been denied based on the fact that you have been unable to provide me with a clear criminal record check.
I keep thinking things are clear, and then you keep repeating statements that are contradictory in nature.
I've repeated the same thing that I've said to you since I've got on this call.
That's exactly the issue.
Each application is assessed on an individual basis. You were unable to provide a clear criminal record check.
My concern was not the denial. My concern was the fact that either I'm misunderstanding that it's because the criminal record check wasn't clear, or because what was on it was not suitable. Because you're saying both things at once, and they both can't exist in the same space.
Okay. That's great. That's certainly an opinion that you may hold.
Well, that's not an opinion.
I'm not going to get into back and forth with you with respect to that, sir.
Well,
so you have options available.
Okay.
The options that are available have been clearly communicated with you.
Okay, so mess right now. Really quickly, so that exchange was 20 minutes. I obviously edited a whole bunch of stuff out. I wish that maybe I didn't, because you get the fuller whole effect of the thing, but 20 minutes is a long time to just sit there listening to me talk. To Sheldon's credit, it was a very professional, heated argument. It didn't get to a point where anyone hung up, because, I'll never hang up, so that's one thing. But, anyway, he kept repeating the same scripted phrase over and over and over and over again, and didn't realize that this phrase wasn't making any sense to me, that there's a contradiction in the phrase, that you can't have both these things, and it's not an opinion. You can't say, we didn't accept you because your record wasn't clear, and because of what was on it. You can't, either you didn't accept it because it wasn't clear, period. Full stop. It doesn't matter what was on it. It wasn't clear. It could have had the smallest possible thing on it, and it wouldn't be clear. That's it. So it doesn't matter what was on it. Anyway, I'm sure you understand. But, yeah. And he kept saying that it was on a case-to-case basis. And no, it's not. The case is that it's either clear or not clear. That's it. A case-to-case basis would imply that you would look at the application and process it. If it was not clear, then you would make a decision based on what was on it. Again, my frustration is not with the fact that it was denied. That's that sucks. But it was the fact that I wouldn't have applied if it had said what was in the email, if it had said that on the site. That's it. And he just kept going in circles and circles and circles and circles and circles, and wouldn't answer the questions that I asked, and just kept repeating the same scripted phrase. And then he even said, I've been saying the same thing since the very beginning, sir, or whatever he said. And I was like, yeah, that's the problem. You keep repeating the same stupid thing. I would like to take this over his head and continue with it. I don't know if I will, but holy smokes. Alright, here's the outro to the vlog. A little bit of a longer vlog this week. At this point when I'm recording the outro, I actually haven't done any editing, just footage collection. So I don't know if I'm going to be making just a longer vlog or splitting into two or what's going to happen there. But it's a good problem to have, I guess. In saying that, I will tell you right now that in a couple days I'm leaving for Saskatchewan. I'm going to Saskatoon, and I will be getting a lot of footage there, I assume. So I might be splitting the vlog up into a couple different parts. I don't know, because I'm staying at an Airbnb. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do uploading while I'm there. I don't know how much time I'm going to give myself for editing. So I just really don't know how long it will be until I post again. I got a conversation that's going to roll out other than the vlog for this week, for week 49, and that conversation was about how the present matters more than anything, or does it matter as much as whatever, the present, past, and future, and what matters there, and kind of playing with those ideas. Other than that, I didn't record anything for this week for this channel. However, the Artist Life podcast is back. but it's just me. And there was a short video with some explaining stuff there. I think it was under 10 minutes long, and that is on the Artist Life podcast channel, as well as just like the RSS feed for the podcast. Anyway, with that, we'll see you on another time.